Hi guys, hope everybody's feeling okay. Now, when I've been looking at your homework, the one thing that I noticed a lot of you are struggling with is adding vectors, okay? Now, first thing we need to do is, if you get given a diagram like this, okay, where you have got a vertical and you've then got a horizontal, okay? What you have to do is, because the resultant would be from here to here, but this cannot show a direction. So what we need to do is, we need to do it nose to tail. So we can either add them up the way, then along, or we could go along first, then up. Okay, you then would draw in your resultant, and you add in two wee arrows to show the direction. Here's where I started, so this will be the angle that I'm going to be measuring. And there, okay, here's where I started, so this is the angle, and there's my resultant to there. Now what you should notice is, both of these lines are identical. They are both parallel, so everything's the exact same. Even with this one, you could have found out the actual magnitude, which is the size, remember, but you wouldn't be able to work out the angle. So that's what you needed to do, okay? Now, when we looked at question 3, what it had was one that looked like this, and then there, okay? Now again, what we need to do is we need to change this to nose to tail first off. So we go along first, which would be this line. Then I would go up like this, because this angle here, which I think was 30 degrees in the example, would be here. So when I then complete my resultant, I started here, so that's my angle. In here, because it's, if you think 30 from the horizontal, then inside here it would be 180 take away 30, so my angle would be 150 degrees. Okay? At this point, if this one was, I can't remember the exact numbers, but 3 and 4, then this would be 3, this would be 4. Because it's not a right angled triangle, I cannot use Pythagoras and trig. So what I need to use is the cosine rule, which is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. So in this case it would be 3 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 3 times 4 times cos of 150. Okay? After that, once I get the actual magnitude, I would then be able to do a over sine a equals b over sine b, which equals c over sine c. Now remember, in this from National 5 Maths, this is your sine rule. In the worked example in the PowerPoint, they do it as if you are actually doing it as a scale drawing. I don't like scale drawings. I prefer for us to actually do it as a calculation, because a scale drawing, sometimes if you don't have a ruler, if you don't have a protractor, it just makes it much more difficult. Okay, so hopefully that should make question 3 a bit easier. The other one I noticed people were struggling with was question 6. Okay, so if you think question 6, what we had, again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to work out, we were given the resultant and we were given an angle. So let's say that's 5 and that is 37. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to work out my vertical component, which would make that up, and my horizontal component, so that I would then get my resultant. So if you go back, because it's a right angled triangle, if we know that's 5 and that's 37, if we want to get this one, this would be the opposite, or what we would call it in this case would be the velocity vertical. Okay, this one over here is then going to be our adjacent, or our velocity horizontal. Okay, so all I want to do is I want to work out that. So if I'm wanting to use hypotenuse and opposite, that would be sine. So it's sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. And if I want this one, then it's going to be adjacent and hypotenuse, so that must be cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now if you look, both times we want to find the thing on top, so therefore the opposite would be equal to hypotenuse times sine theta. Here it's going to be the adjacent is equal to hypotenuse times cos theta. Okay, so therefore what we end up with is vertical equals, so V equals V sine theta, and over here it's going to be VH, which would be equal to V cos theta. Now the way I get my class to remember this is, if I get you to come to supported study, I'd ask you to sign up. And if you think about it, if we're going across the page, it sounds like we're going across the page. So therefore, horizontal is always cos and vertical is always sine. Now I've put these using them as velocities, but that could be any vector. So for example, if that was a force of 5, then what I would be doing is I'd then be working out my vertical force and my horizontal force, but it all works the same way. Okay guys, hopefully this has helped you a wee bit with those two questions, because they were the ones when I've been looking at folks' homework that's come in that people were having the biggest problems with, because it's slightly new. So what I'm going to do is I'll have a look, and then I'm going to post the actual answers all on for you all, so you can then check over your answers. All I want you to do is, I've put scores in there, I've put ticks and stuff so you can see what gets a mark. Give yourself a score for the 3 different parts, and then just send me your scores. I've already got your homework, so don't send me fake ones because I can check it. Okay, thanks a lot guys, stay safe.